Hey everyone, I'm Dr. Barry Ross and I am the founder and principal of Apprentice Academy High School in North Carolina. We are located here in Monroe, North Carolina, and Apprentice Academy is North Carolina's only charter school devoted to career and technical education. Students here get the opportunity to earn while they learn. Additionally, we're also a personalized learning school where students get to learn at their own pace. Why don't we go inside where we can learn some more about it. Hey everyone, welcome back into our Apprentice Academy sound room. This is where my broadcast class provides our weekly broadcast to the school to let everyone know what's going on. I kind of told you a little bit about what we do, but now it's time. I just want to share our mission with you. So I told you a little bit about the school, and I just want to give you a quick bit on what our mission is. The mission of the school is we prepare students for two things here. We prepare students, those who are interested in a career, we prepare students for highly paid, highly skilled jobs after they graduate high school. And then those who are looking for a university pathway, we prepare students to be successful in college.
So Dr. Ross, what kind of career pathways can students pursue at Apprentice Academy?
Fantastic question, Maddie. Here at Apprentice Academy, we categorize our pathways into three general areas. One is what we call the skilled trades and automotive service. So skilled trades, that's something like if you want to be a plumber or an electrician, maybe HVAC, along those lines. You can train to be like either an automotive technician or you can train to be auto body. In addition to that, as you're going through the program, you'll get what's known as ASE qualified. So when it's all said and done, you'll actually be able to go out and get a job as a high-paying automotive technician. Then the second category is what we call is the human services or skilled services, and that's for students who might be interested in maybe becoming a nurse, might want to be a chef, maybe somebody wants to go into some other form of healthcare, learn how to be a lawyer or a teacher or something like that. The third area is what we call computer science and information technology. And what that is, and there's actually two parts of that. So like on the computer science, that might be for a student who's interested in maybe going on to college and getting a 4-year degree in computer science or engineering or something like that. And then there's the technical side, like a computer technician, maybe somebody who wants to work with their hands and be like a network technician, or perhaps robotics, because robotics is a field where you can go both ways. You know, you can go to school for programming to learn how to program robots, or you could be the technician who learns how to work on and fix and repair those robots. Great career fields, and there's never a shortage of needing those teachers. Another example is, which is big now, is what we call cybersecurity. That's where people try to hack into your computer system, whether it be at home or at work, and you're the guy or gal who prevents them from doing it. And we're fortunate because we've developed a partnership with a college up in the mountains called Monroe College. And Monroe College offers my students an opportunity. If you want to go to college, well, you can go there, get a bachelor's degree in cybersecurity. You can get like an associate's there. Or if you're somebody you really don't want any formal education, you could actually get a certificate there. And you'll be off working, making lots and lots of money as a cybersecurity specialist.
Wow, yeah, that's great. What makes Apprentice Academy unique from other schools?
That's a great question, Maddie, thanks. I mean, there's a lot of things that separate Apprentice Academy, not only from all charter schools, I think from any school in North Carolina. Let's talk about the career part of it. Students who come to Apprentice Academy, they're like a lot of kids, they don't know anything about work. Forget about what kind of career do I go into, they don't even know what it actually means to work. We break it up into two ways. So we have the what we call career exploration, and that's for our 9th and 10th grade students. And then next year when we bring in our 8th grade students, they'll be part of that too. Juniors and seniors, that's actually the work-based learning. So career fields I told you about just a little bit ago. So grades 9 and 10, our students will take classes exploring those courses and what it means. And when I say exploring, I'm not talking about sitting in front of the computer and reading about what it's like to be an electrician. I'm talking about stuff where you're actually getting your hands on stuff, learning about what it's like to be a plumber or learning what it's like to be an HVAC. You'll also go out, do some job shadowing, really get a good feel for what career fields you might want to do. When you get to be a junior and senior, that's when we're doing something we call an apprenticeship. An apprenticeship is like You're paid to do it while you're in school, but your actual hands-on training comes working with an experienced person in the workforce. There's always all kinds of ways it can be done. You could do it during the school day when you're here. It really all depends on the employer. Some employers want you in between the junior and senior year, so it really does depend on what the employer wants and really the needs of the student, because everything about Apprentice Academy is preparing our students either for the real world of work or for the real world of school. It's not what we want, it's what the students want. So we do our best to make the education fit the student instead of the student fit the education. I'd like to believe that really separates us from most schools out there. Another thing about the school is, how do we do things and how do we learn here? Every student at Apprentice Academy gets a Chromebook. Everything we do is technology based and it's online. Some of my teachers later on in this video will talk to you about our learning programs it's called Summit Learning, and it's a technology-based program, and so all our students do their work online. Teachers, they set the deadlines and the projects and everything they have to do, but my students, they work at their own pace to get there until they demonstrate mastery. So they may do something over and over again, which is okay, because the whole idea is for them to learn. Don't get me wrong, we take the EOCs like everybody else, but actually what goes on a day-to-day basis is about them showing the world that they know what they're doing. And one of the other really unique things about our school is we provide mentors for our students. Every student gets a mentor, an adult in the building that works with them on their career goals and their academic goals. And also the way we do discipline here. We have a philosophy what's called restorative justice. And really what that means is we try to repair relationships, because usually if something happens in a school that requires me to get involved as the principal or Dr. Kenner, assistant principal, means something happened. Rather than me get involved directly where I have to apply some consequence, we try to use this restorative justice approach to get people to work through it like adults. The employer expects you to be an adult, work through the process and get along with your other coworker. I know that's a lot I put out there, but this is about the school, most importantly about my students, staff, so all the things I talked to you about that I'm hoping you find exciting, want to learn more about. Maddie and Corey, who's also here, they're gonna be interviewing and talking to other staff members, so you'll talk to them. In addition to that, you're actually going to see some real life stuff that's going on as well. So I appreciate your time, and I'll see you in the end to just wrap up and say goodbye. For now, I'll see you.
Hi, I'm Sarah Nolan. I am the Exceptional Children's Director here at Apprentice Academy High School. My department helps to oversee any students that have any learning needs. Most students that have learning needs will come to us with an individualized education program or an IEP, or sometimes a 504 plan just for accommodations. Currently, we have about 250 students in the school. 45 of them are on IEPs and about 32 of them are on 504 plans. We also do the MTSS process, which is a multi-tiered system of support. So any student who is having learning needs but is not on an IEP or a 504, they can be referred to us on the MTSS team, and we can see if there's any interventions that need to be put in place to make the student more successful. Currently, we have 2 full-time EC teachers beside myself that are doing inclusion. They'll go into the classrooms and support students, mostly in our English and our math classes. They will also pull out in our curriculum assistance classes, more of a resource setting. And then we do have an occupational course of study program, and we have an OCS EC teacher who oversees that, and we have an EC assistant teacher in there as well, as the current ratio is 2 teachers to 9 students for that classroom. Our EC department is important because we are, even though we're a charter school, we are a public school unit, and as such we have to adhere to the same federal and state policies and guidelines that the regular public schools do. So any student that has an IEP, we have to honor that. Any student with a 504 as well. So these are students who may have some learning difficulties, might need some accommodations, preferential seating. They might need some extra help just to learn the curriculum. As we believe that every student has the right to an education, We love our school because the students here can do whatever they want. They can go off to college, they can go right into a career. We love the fact that any of our students, including our students in the Exceptional Children's Program, are able to participate in the apprenticeships as well. We've had many students already graduate that are on IEPs, and they're successful individuals. Our EC department, like all of our teachers, love our students, and we just want to see them succeed. We want to see them do the best that they can. Part of our team extends to our 504 coordinator, who's also a mental health counselor. So sometimes we even see our students in more of a personal capacity if they're just kind of having a bad day, or they have stuff going on outside of school that they want to talk to us about. We love to just, talk to our students. We're there for them. We love to support them, and they really trust us and come to us when they need us. Once again, I'm Sarah Nolan. I'm the Exceptional Children's Director here at Apprentice Academy, and I thank you for your time.
Hi, my name is Michelle Jones, and I'm the CTE Director here at Apprentice Academy. If you're wondering what CTE is, it means actually Career and Technical Education, which is one of the hallmarks of our school as far as helping children find opportunities within the trades.
Why is your job important?
My job is really the piece that is missing in a lot of high school environments, is that a lot of students, when they're getting ready to graduate, are trying to make the decision about what's next. And what next may be college, it may not be college. But a lot of times they don't know, and they really haven't had an opportunity to gain information and knowledge about what's available out there. We're in a very unique market right now where pretty much jobs are plentiful, which is a good thing and it's a bad thing, but it does provide a lot of opportunity for students to learn. One of our main goals is to let students have what we call work-based education, which means in order for you to make a decision based on what you want to do with your career, you get a chance and an opportunity to actually go out and experience that. And by that could be like an apprenticeship or an internship, where you actually go to a company and you are a temporary employee of theirs, and it may involve on-the-job training, it may involve just actual work, or a combination of both. But the more you do out there in the field and you get to try different things, it helps that student make a more educated decision about what they do want to do with their future.
Why does that help you connect with the student on a personal level?
For me, I know a lot of things we've done virtually because of COVID, and I've done a lot of that as a way of means of getting in touch with the students. But I really prefer to schedule more one-on-one meetings where I can sit there and look the person in the face. We can have a one-on-one conversation, and I feel that I actually have the ability to connect with students better. I'm actually doing some help in some other classes with another teacher, and my goal in doing that was to let the juniors and seniors see a face of who the CTA director is and what that person does. So I wanted them to know that I'm available, what I have to offer, and the different things that I can do to help them explore career options for them. All right, and now we're going to move on to our segment with our CTE teachers.
Hello, my name is Mrs. Mays. I am the cosmetology instructor here at Apprentice Academy. I decided to take the program through the teaching because I felt like it was important that we learn careers, and one of the careers that is taken off is hair in cosmetology. That includes doing the makeup, the color, the nails, the hair cutting, everything. So the girls in our class right now, they're getting a little bit of everything, a little taste of everything to see what it's like. Today I'm teaching them how to learn the layers of our skin, and so I have decided to go ahead and do a painting party, so that way they can learn the layers of the skin and what the skin does for our body.
Alright, so we have a few questions for you.
Sure.
Do you use any interactive lessons in class?
All the time. In cosmetology, as you guys know, it's a hands-on. So for the students to learn the best is I get them involved. And usually I do it in a instruction portion of it where I tell them what to do and then they follow what I do or what I tell them to do. I sometimes show them and then sometimes I tell them what to do. That's usually what I do to help them get the idea.
How many cosmetology courses are there, and what do students do after those courses?
In the high school, it's a little different than in a beauty school. In the high school, right now, with this school, is we want to introduce the students to it. We give them a little bit of something of a little bit of hair, theory with a little bit of designing on the hair or nails or skin. Now in beauty school, when you go outside into a career, they break it up in phases. And when you do it in phases, it's like the first phase you get the theory, second phase you get hair cutting and stuff like that. But here they'll get it all.
As a teacher, what do you want your students overall to achieve?
First of all, I want them to feel good at who they are. I want them to understand that a trade is just as important as college. And if they can see themselves doing something that gives them hope and love and joy, yeah, that's where I'm at with it. Because in cosmetology, your focus is how you make other people feel. When they come in and get a haircut, you want them to feel like they're beautiful when they walk out. Thank you. I appreciate the interview. I'm Mrs. Mays, and I'm a cosmetology instructor at Apprentice Academy.
My name is Mr. Sides. I am a new automotive teacher. I will be teaching the automotive classes.
So we are going to ask you some questions. So, what do you think is your most effective way of teaching automotive?
Most effective teaching method I found for automotive is sitting there and showing things visually and hands-on instead of lecturing all the time. If you have no actual effective hands-on experience with something, you'll never really be successful with it.
How can your class help students in the long run, future and career-wise?
My class can also teach you how to fix your cars at home, or you can fix them professionally. The nice thing about fixing your cars at home is it saves you thousands upon thousands of dollars that you would spend at an automotive shop. And a professional aspect is it will have you prepared to go to college or trade school, whatever, or just go straight out in the field and start making money.
And lastly, how does this class help you set up for trade school?
How it helps you set up for trade school is you learn everything that the class can offer, and through that exposure, when you go take the classes at the college, it'll better help prepare you for what else you're going to learn. Because I can maybe teach you about electronics, but some of the stuff I might not have might not be in depth, where they have a whole box that you hook up electrical components on, and they'll actually let you understand it and see it in action. So my classes will move you towards that direction, so when you go up there, you're not, what's the old saying? A deer in headlights. You don't want to be that. That's bad. My name is Mr. Sides. Thank you for having me, and y'all have a wonderful day.
What's up, Apprentice Academy? This is Mr. Mitchell. I'm the Industrial Design CTE teacher. I've got 15 years of experience, and I love teaching anything related to design and engineering. So what is industrial design? Industrial design is the visual communication behind engineering, but it's also the visual aesthetic of how consumer products are put together. And it's exciting because it's very much a hands-on activity, and it involves both drawing, model making, visually communicating through digital and analog technologies. So non-digital. The way I teach this to my students is I start them off with the basic fundamentals and a historical context about what the design world is and where does industrial design manifest itself in American society. Literally, we're trying to give a visual timeline and a context to the conversation. The way I connect with my students is I try to look for things in pop culture that would be interesting to them. Video games are really a big part of entertainment design and technology today. And I think that that's an area that I actually really enjoy, not because I'm a big gamer, but because I enjoy the process behind how it works. And that's basically industrial design. I mean, if you look at toy design, sneaker or performance athletic footwear design, there's home and housewares, there's automotive design. You can pretty much think about any category, including electronic devices, camping, and recreational equipment. The list goes on and on. It gives our students an ability to be able to look at something that they're interested in and possibly be able to work on that as a project. Right now we're doing character maquettes and character design in the digital industrial design class, and it's the visual communication foundation for that. And then we'll get into the digital stuff later. that's basically it. We're just trying to create a brand new program here. It's generally taught on the college level. We are the very first high school to have this in both North and South Carolina. And incidentally, 2 state schools in North Carolina State and App State, both have programs in industrial design. The aim of this is not necessarily for them to go right to design school, but gaining some skill sets that they can employ immediately out in the work world and enjoy it. So that's it. Once again, I'm Mr. Mitch. I'm a teacher here at Apprentice Academy High School in North Carolina, and I'm really digging industrial design and the vibe. Peace out.
I'm the Culinary Arts Program Director here at Apprentice Academy. I'm an American Culinary Federation Certified Executive Chef. This is my 8th year of teaching, my 3rd year of teaching on the high school level. Before that, I taught college level culinary courses. We've written the program here basically for students to have a way to get in the industry, to get a completed apprenticeship without having to go to post-secondary education. Opens up a lot of opportunities for our student coming out of here that necessarily wouldn't be open without this experience. So we have a relationship with JARS. It's, for somebody watching this who has no idea what it is, JARS is a private organization, a nonprofit that we partner with. It's a kind of self-sustaining community about 20 minutes away from here. They have about 600 employees on their campus. We feed their employees, our students, along with their kitchen staff, and myself feed all their employees, all of their guests, all of their out-of-town guests and international guests. Generally, our students get a sense of what it's like to work in the industry and to work in a working restaurant, which is kind of different than what a lot of students would get at your typical high school culinary program, where you might do one dinner a semester or one special event a semester. Here we serve food every day on a daily basis. So we get to work through what is basically a college curriculum that meets the DPI standard, as well as doing an official apprenticeship that's partnered with the North Carolina Department of Labor and the North Carolina Community College Association, to where when our students come out, if they want to pursue a post-secondary education through the Career and College Promise program, their community college education will be paid for. Our students come in, some of them have no working knowledge of how a restaurant works other than they go in and order food and it appears on their table. So they have this idea of what a kitchen might be. Most of them have no idea of what a professional kitchen is. Through demonstration, through repetition, and through daily practice, our students get to find out what the service industry is like and actually put food on plates that go in front of actual customers every day.
All right, well, I appreciate your cooperation in explaining how your course works and how JARS works. And
thank you, Corey. Thank you for having me.
Hi, I'm Dr. Kelly Kenner, the Assistant Principal at Apprentice Academy High School, and on behalf of the students, staff, Board of Directors, and myself, thank you so much for your time and attention today.
And thank you so much, and as always,
Let's go Red Wolves!